All right, 7th grade. Turn to page 230 in your science book, and let's go through this section 11b together. You'll see where it says transport. Under that, how do animals circulate nutrients and breathe? 11.5, circulation. Every cell in an animal's body needs certain things to survive, grow, and reproduce. You already know that. Cells need nutrients and oxygen. They need to get rid of waste and carbon dioxide. Animals need a way to transport these things throughout their bodies. This process is called circulation. If multiple organs work together to do this job, well, then the animal has a circulatory system. Some animals, such as sponges, cnidarians, and many worms, have no circulatory system. They can absorb nutrients and oxygen through their thin skins directly from their environments into individual cells. Now still find that interesting. A circulatory system needs at least two things: a fluid, such as blood, for transporting substances, and some way to circulate the fluid. Circulatory systems can be one of two kinds, either open or closed. Circulatory systems, mollusks, echinoderms, arthropods, and other invertebrates have open circulatory systems. The insides of their bodies are bathed in a blood-like fluid called hemolymph. The hemolymph is usually circulated by the animal's body movements. Top of 231. Closed circulatory systems are more complex than open systems. They include a muscular heart for pumping blood through the system. A heart has one or two atrium for collecting blood entering the heart. Blood is pumped out of the heart by one or two powerful ventricles. The blood circulates through the animal's body inside closed vessels. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Veins, they will carry the blood toward the heart. Tiny capillaries connect the arteries and veins. Oxygen, nutrients, and other substances diffuse to and from cells through the walls of the capillaries. All vertebrates, some worms, such as earthworms, and cephalopods, squids, and octopuses, they all have closed circulatory systems. There are differences in the circulatory systems of the many vertebrate groups. Fish have two-chambered hearts and a single cycle pathway for blood. Other vertebrates have double circulatory systems with 3 or 4-chambered hearts and separate pathways for blood traveling to the lungs and blood heading to the rest of the body. Amphibians and most reptiles have 3-chambered hearts. Alligators, crocodiles, birds, and mammals, they all have 4-chambered hearts. These differences are shown in the right there on your page. Turn to page 232. Respiration 11.6. Before an animal's circulatory system can move oxygen and carbon dioxide to and from cells, those gases have to first enter the animal's bloodstream. Gas exchange, the taking in of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide, is called respiration. Respiration is the job of an animal's respiratory system. Well, let's take a look at how different kinds of animals respire. Skin. Many animals, even some large vertebrates, do at least some of their respiration through their skin. Skin respiration is most efficient in moist environments. That explains why amphibians are the only vertebrate group that does most of their gas exchange through their skin. Compared with other vertebrates, amphibian lungs are weak and inefficient. Some salamanders even have no lungs at all and respire entirely through their skin. Spiracles. Most insects have tiny openings along the side of their bodies called spiracles. These lead into a branching network of tubes called trachea that allows air to reach all of the insect's tissues. Insects can control the opening of their spiracles to prevent water loss, and you can see the enlargement there in the illustration in your book. Bottom of 232, gills. Many kinds of animals spend some or all of their lives in water and use gills to exchange gases with their surroundings. Fish, crustaceans, mollusks, and larval amphibians and insects all use gills for respiration. Every kind of gill does two things. First, it provides a large surface area for gas exchange. Second, its outer layer of cells is thin enough to permit gases to diffuse in and out of the gill structure. Gills usually consist of many thread-like filaments that increase the area of the gills. As water flows over the gills, gases are exchanged between the passing water and trachea and insects or blood inside the filaments. The blood inside fish gills, that gives it the red color. Top of 233, lungs. Lungs from fish, or apart from fish, most vertebrate animals respire using lungs. Lungs contain spongy tissue that increases the surface area for gas exchange. Air enters the nose or mouth of an animal and passes to the lungs through the trachea. Air then enters all parts of a lung through many small passageways in the lung tissue. These passageways are surrounded by capillaries where gas exchange takes place. The respiratory system of each vertebrate group differs slightly in structure. The groups also differ in how they get air in and out of their lungs. You can see some of the differences between birds and mammals in the images on this page. Now, if you turn to the next page, which puts you on 234, at the top of 234, you will see 11B review questions. What I would like to have you do is answer these 6 questions on a separate sheet of paper. Put your name on the paper, date, put the page numbers of what you read, and put a 7 on there and circle it. And this separate page that you have done your work on, then you can have that ready to turn in to me the next time you see me. If you have not taken the Chapter 10 science test yet, hit that study guide real hard, study with another adult. When you're ready to take the test, you are not allowed to use the study guide or the book for your test. Take it out of the envelope, take the whole test in its entirety in one sitting. Put it back in your envelope, and then have it ready to give to me the next time you see me. So, that being said, hope that you have a nice evening, and you take care.